So Sean, it's great to have you back in LA. First and foremost, how was your flight in?
It was easy. I think it was coming in from Montreal, so yeah, 6-hour flight. Probably slept 5.5 hours of that, so I'm feeling relatively refreshed.
Ready to go for tonight?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You just wrapped up your tour celebrating Titanium Sessions 200th episode. How was the tour, and what were some of the highlights for you?
Awesome, actually. I mean, for me, some of the highlights. I mean, doing a Titanium 200 over in Zouk, Singapore was sick. Doing one over, of course, there's always going to be a Titanium event over in New York, and the one that kicked it off, it was on the beach in Holland. It was really, really nice. I love beach parties in Holland because the people in Holland are so laid back and they're so accustomed to anything, and it's just, yeah, I mean, that was definitely some of the highlights for me. I mean, there was another great one in Prague, which went really good, where we also had Greg Downey, Alex Morph, and Woody Van Eyden. And yeah, all these were fantastic. I'm very proud to say it reached a good conclusion.
How many shows did you actually do?
Something like 7 or 8.
Wow.
Boy.
Wow. What influenced for you to change your weekly podcast to a monthly podcast?
You know what it was? Doing a weekly show every week on your own, where you basically, you know, where you're traveling on the weekend, you're trying to get tracks done on the week. After 4 years doing that, I was starting to say, maybe I'm looking at tracks from the wrong angle. Like I'm listening to tracks if they fit onto the show and not if they should be played in the club. And I was really sick of this whole mentality. So now for the last 5 weeks, it's been like I've been on vacation. I've listened to tracks from a whole different like the angle that I was listening to 4 years ago, and looking forward to dropping these tracks in the club and seeing the reaction on the dance floor as opposed to getting away with playing them on the air. So now, yeah, I mean, this has been the best, and plus the production time is through the roof. So I've been able to really produce a whole lot more.
Great, that's what we want to hear. So. Your Titanium 200 compilation is set to drop in just a few days, I believe, right?
Days, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Can you explain how you selected tracks for that compilation?
Yeah, it's not so bad at all. I mean, like obviously I work very, very heavily with Recover World, so a lot of the Recover World tracks we discover and stuff like that. And plus, that was a great throwback to the old days of when I started, because I mean, Discovery is a huge part of my history and that whole sound. So you're gonna find that's a major part of the CD, and also, you know, other stuff from other labels like just Infrasonic and didn't do any enhanced tracks. But yeah, Armada's a difficult label to license from. They like a ton of money, so yeah.
It's politics involved, yeah.
You need to cut that out. We can't talk
You do need
about
to cut that out. Yeah, yeah.
Make sure you
We
send me
wanted
that.
that.